Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another InfoSec Hub video. Today I want to talk to you about Pihole. In our previous video I showed you how to set up an Ubuntu server inside a virtual box. But of course you can also run a Ubuntu server on a dedicated machine or maybe virtualized on a dedicated machine, so you can use it as a production machine. And there are many tools that you can use inside your home network, and one of them that I want to review is Pihole, that I also use myself. Here you see an overview of supported systems, so Fedora, Docker, I believe, Ubuntu, Debian, Raspbian. Here's an installation guide on how to install it. So what you need to do, what kind of commands you need to go into the terminal and type in. This is the terminal. You connect to your server using SSH, which I will make a separate video about how to set up SSH. SSH is basically a secure shell. You connect to your server and it's like you're sitting behind your server, because a Ubuntu server is all command line based anyway. So you might as well connect through it with a secure connection. So you don't need to hook up a monitor to your server. But as soon as you connect to your server with SSH, then you can use these kind of commands. And this is a webget installing the installation file of Pihole. But let's go further in what Pihole is. Pihole you can also use as a DNS server. Default you use DNS server of your ISP, your internet service provider, or you can use OpenDNS. But you have to set it up inside your router. You can let Pihole also act as a router. So, and DNS is basically you type in the URL and then it connects to the server, and the server has an IP address. So the translation between the URL, like google.com, is translated to the IP of the web server of Google that responds there. And why you want to do set up Pihole as a DNS server, then all the DNS requests will go to Pihole and not some external party. And this means that all the requests will be saved locally on you, or I'm not even sure if they will be saved, but at least you're not sending all your DNS requests to an external party, which improves your privacy. Next to DNS, it does more. Pihole, it blocks advertisements, and you only need to do it inside of Pihole if you set it up correctly. I mean, it is a DNS server, it's a DHCP server, so all the, like on the network level, advertisements are already blocked. So on each individual endpoint or client, if you will, you don't need to install a separate ad blocker. It's already being blocked on the network before it enters your computer, which is a great feature, of course, you can understand. So it offers the network-wide protection. It blocks in-app advertisement of your smartphone, because we're talking about apps. It improves network performance since it doesn't really have to load all those advertisements as an extra, which you don't want. You just want the content of the website. And it monitors certain statistics. Pihole is free, but donations are welcome. This is the web interface, but I have it running on my own system, also a Ubuntu machine, and this is how it looks like. Queries from the last 24 hours, so from yesterday 3 o'clock until 1 o'clock now when I'm recording this video, you see the number of queries, and you see this number is going up and up. And at the moment 8 clients are connected to the network, so there are mobile phones there, there are desktops there, stuff like that. These are the number of queries that have been blocked in this 24 hours, and that's 25%. And at the moment, the domains on the block list are almost 1.5 million separate domains are on the block list. And the block list is just a community block list. People add URLs there of advertisement networks that they found out, and it's being shared inside this community. Again, this is running on a Ubuntu server. You can have the query log here, as you can see what's going on here. So server traffic, my computer, Philips. Let's go to the blacklist now. Long-term data, just a second. No, I need to show you something else. Just a second. Here, top permitted domains. ECD interface philips.com. Why is that? Why is that? Because I have ULite. I have a ULite system from Philips, and it connects to this URL all the time for probably user statistics, how often it's being used, how it's connected to. They try to get the most data out of you as they can because they can build user profiles on their customers. And if you block this URL, then basically the ULite still works. So I mean, I'm for my privacy also, so we're blocking it. Next thing here is Baidu, which is a Chinese search engine, and if you have Chinese apps on your phone, like Alibaba or something else, it automatically also connects to Baidu, because they also, just like Google, are very interested in user data to build up profiles on people. That's basically also how they get their money. So we block it, and then the app still works. So you can decide here, and it's also being committed here to the block list, that if you don't need it, you can add it. You can make a whitelist. So if you have certain things that don't work and you think, okay, this URL, what I find here, I need it and I trust it, then you can whitelist it. But you can also blacklist URLs. DNS settings, I will not go into here too much, but this is basically the tool that you're having. You see the type of queries, if it's an IPv4 or IPv6 query, how the queries are being answered. So the block list, like you saw before, 25% of the time it is this, from cache forwarded destinations, and the most are forwarded destinations. I use it also as my DNS server. So every DNS request goes over here, and I just load the content of a website. And if that website somehow contains also advertisements that are part of an advertisement network, then I block those. And sometimes that results in the website not functioning properly. But this, I go to a Dutch news website here, and this DNS request went over Pihole. I don't have advertisements here at the moment. Yeah, I have a few, but these are all trusted. There's no advertisement networks in here. All the advertisement networks, I should say, that are not trusted, and they are also being submitted on this block list, they will be blocked. Sometimes when you go to, let's say for instance, this is a tech website. Okay, it doesn't say it at the moment, but there were instances that this website said, we see you're using an ad blocker, would you please add us to the whitelist? So I did, because the information on this website I trust, and I don't mind that they get a little bit of a profile on me, because they offer so much great services that I use on a daily basis. So I add this URL tweakers to the whitelist of Pihole. But on other websites, you will see that, we see you use a tracker, like an ad blocker. Would you please make sure that you turn it off, because we live on this kind of data. And you can decide with Pihole to do that, yes or no. There's basically what I have to show you about Pihole, how it looks like, what you can do with it. There are lots of guides online how to set it up. See, documentation. It's not that difficult. Let's see, not found. Okay, easy to install. Let's see, about getting started, installation, all the commands that you need to type into your terminal. With this, you connect with SSH to your username on your server, and then server name. Then you hit enter, and then you'll be prompted the password that you set up on your server. On Ubuntu server, you can open open SSH server. You can install it for free and set up usernames and passwords, and you can connect to it that way. And when you have super user rights on your machine, then you'll be able to use these kind of commands. And if you follow this step by step, then you'll be able to install it. DNS settings, that's just something else. But it can be done. You see here it's Enigma 2. So this is also, at the moment, there's live traffic going through it for this video. But you can also just try it out. You know, use the DNS server that you use at the moment. And when you think you set it up correctly, you can switch to the DNS server here on Pihole itself. So yeah, this is basically what I want to say. This is my second review of the software. This is Pihole, and it's basically a DNS DHCP, and the most important is that it blocks advertisement and tracking techniques that you will find on many websites nowadays. So thanks for watching another InfoSec Hub video. For those who are interested, I'm still working out how to set up a web server and try to hack into it with Kali Linux, but that still takes some time because I run into some problems and I first need to solve them. And when I know that, I will also let you guys know what you need to look out for when you want to get the same setup that I have. So thanks for watching, and we hope to see you guys in the next video. Enjoy your weekend.